With Auburn's spring game coming up this Saturday, I want to take a few minutes to dive into some of the film of Bo Nix and talk about this article that came out describing what Bo Nix needs to do to take the next step. But before we dive into the film, I want to plug our channel super quickly and just let you know if you like any quarterback related content, whether it's film breakdowns like this, quarterback competitions, how we screen and assess quarterbacks in the weight room, whatever it may be, please consider giving this channel a subscription. Comment below if you like this video, like it, we'll interact and continue to get better each time we put out videos. Enough of me plugging this channel. Let's dive into the actual content of the video. And so the video is going to be made up into two different segments. We have one segment of Bo Nix doing the simple things right, showing that he has the ability to take what the defense gives him, to go through his progressions and to not force the ball. The second part of the video is going to be clips of him kind of pressing a little bit, a few of his interceptions against South Carolina and Tennessee, and just kind of forcing the ball, not making the right decisions. And I want to reference this article from Inside the Auburn Tigers. It's the 247 Sports site for Auburn, and it's Coach Harsin talking about kind of what Bo Nix needs to do to progress as a quarterback. And there's several different quotes. I just want to kind of read through a few of them. He talks about whenever a plan's not going right, what's a quarterback going to do? I tell the quarterback sometimes, he says, what are you going to do? And sometimes you throw it away. And that's probably one of the hardest things. I tell the quarterback sometimes there are a lot of those boo plays. Nobody knows the reason why, right? Everybody just starts booing and all that, but it's probably the right decision. And we're going to see some plays in this video where he should have just thrown the ball away as opposed to pressing and forcing it. Another quote from Harsin, he goes, sometimes when you're behind or when you're pressing, you want to push too far and try to do too much. All you've got to do is your job at your position like everybody else. Execute your assignment. So just a few good quotes from this article Inside the Auburn Tigers. I'll link it down below so you can read the full thing. A lot of good quotes about just throwing the ball away, taking what the defense gives you, and that goes hand in hand with the clips we're going to watch. So we're going to watch some Tennessee film and some film against South Carolina. We're going to see some good plays that Bo Nix does, and then we're going to see some decisions that we need to clean up to progress. And so I didn't put in any of the highlights because we all know Bo Nix is a phenomenal talent, right? All the arm strength, plenty of athleticism, and has the ability to beat the defense in so many different ways. It's just doing the small things right and eliminating those plays where he's forcing the ball. So no highlights, just kind of simple plays of what he does well and how he can keep drives going and be consistent. And then we see at the end of the video, we have 3 or 4 clips of the interceptions where if you're just throwing it away or just take a sack even, or just not throw the ball at all, right, and just run with it, then we have positive plays. So enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and dive into the film of Bo Nix. We'll go good plays first and plays to clean up after. Here's a third down of Nix against Tennessee, and this is a great job of him taking what the defense gives him. So this is a great example of him showing that, hey, he does have the ability. He's able to make the right decision. It's just doing it on a consistent basis. He doesn't force anything. We'll see the receiver comes open, and he does a good job taking what the defense gives him, which leads to a good first down. Receiver sits down, finds him, gets upfield for a first down. Great example of Nix just doing what he's supposed to do, taking what the defense gives him. We'll watch the end zone angle. But again, just doing this consistently is huge for his development. Goes through his progressions, finds the open guy, first down. So at this point in the game, Auburn is down 10-0, kind of digging himself into a hole. This is a touchdown for Auburn. Inside slot receiver, I guess technically, yeah, the slot receiver runs a seam route, goes uncovered, perfect ball by Nix for a touchdown, but a good job bouncing back mentally. And this was the first touchdown for Auburn that led them to eventually win the game 30-17, I believe. But this got them on the scoreboard and got them out of that 10-0 hole. Good job by Nix in rhythm, quick hitch. That was a perfect example of his fundamentals in the pocket. Quick step drop, hitch and throw. 1, 2, 3, hitch. Ball's gone. Beautiful. Another good example of Nix showing his ability and his ability to make the right decision, take what the defense gives him, which leads to a big play. He's able to slightly roll out. He's going to hit the inside slot receiver on just a little stop route here. The linebacker or the slot corner, whatever you want to call him, comes in, and the threat of Nix's legs and his ability to run is what causes this play to open. Just a good, smart play by Nix, showing his ability. He's just putting these consistent plays together, like we said earlier. Let's go ahead and watch this clip. Comes out, backer comes in, wide open space. Small, simple play leading to a big first down. Here's a great example of Nick staying in the pocket, letting the play develop, and ends up being a big first down on a third down. Nonetheless, I think it's about 3rd and 10 here. This is a big point in the game as Auburn is driving in the second half. Let's go ahead and watch this clip. Stands in the pocket, develop, middle of the field guy comes open. Good ball by Nix, but he didn't freak out when pressure came. He trusts his offensive lineman. They picked it up, and he was able to deliver a strike down the middle of the field. Blitz comes, they pick it up, lets it develop. Good ball, good catch. So another good example of Nick's take on the defense gives him, showing he does have that ability to make the right decision. He rolls out, is patient with it, lets the backers come to him. It opens up space right here that he's able to deliver to the receiver. We'll go ahead and watch. He scrambles, backers come to him, wide open middle of the field, first down. Another good job by Nix converting on a 3rd and 5 or so. Pressure comes in, rolls out, but doesn't look to run right off the bat and doesn't look to push it downfield. Takes the defense gives him, ends up being a first down, right? Let's go ahead and check this play out. Just another good example. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Good job by Nix. Ends up being a big play. So here's a perfect example of the plays we want to eliminate for Bo Nix. He does a good job breaking the pocket, rolls to the left, but then throws an ill-advised throw that ends up being an interception. So yes, his athleticism is on display as he breaks the pocket. There is a receiver open here that he misses, but at the same time, if he would just throw this away, live to fight another day, instead of throwing a pick and putting South Carolina's offense in a good position. So we'll go ahead and watch this play here. Just an example of what the article is talking about, the decision-making, getting rid of the ball. He escapes, throws it across his body. He's throwing to this receiver right here. You see this guy is open, but if he would just throw it away as opposed to try to fit it here, then you live to fight another day. South Carolina gets the interception. We'll go ahead and watch the end zone angle as well just to get another view of things. The pressure gets to him. Does a good job escaping, right? But it's just throw it away. Just throw it away. So here's another interception of Bo Nix against South Carolina. And before we start the play, South Carolina does a hell of a job covering these guys. There's really no one open. Auburn's offensive line does a great job pass protecting, but we're going to see Nix leave the pocket when there's no need to leave the pocket, and it leads to an ill-advised throw that leads to a pick, as opposed to staying in the pocket, seeing if something develops, or like the article mentioned, like Coach Harsin has said, just throw it away and live to fight another day. So we'll go ahead and watch this clip. We'll watch both angles here. No one's open. Look, you got no one. This guy maybe comes open eventually, right? But we got covered, up top safety. Great pocket here, though. Now watch Nix go to the left a little bit when he doesn't need to. So he goes right into pressure, trying to throw to this receiver. Off balance throw. Deflection leads to an interception. So again, just forcing something when nothing is there, like the article said, and like Harsin said, just throw the ball away and we can fight to play another day. Let's go ahead and watch this end zone angle. We're going to see good protection in the pocket. He's good. And then he steps into trouble. Actually, if he stayed in the pocket, then something may develop, or he can just throw it away. But steps into trouble, throws an ill-advised throw, leads to an interception. Here's another great example of Nix is trying to, again, do too much. It's an interception against Tennessee. It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 15-ish. Probably not going to convert it, but you got 3 points pretty much guaranteed as opposed to throwing an interception. He takes off and runs, throws it, ball kind of hangs. Tennessee defender intercepts it. If he would have taken off and ran, who knows how much yardage he can get. Let's go ahead and watch this play. But again, a good example of this decision-making. He takes off. He has all this green grass. Instead, throws it. Interception. Just another good example of what Coach Harsin was talking about. So here's a quick example of a predetermined throw. So he sees pre-snap. He's got man press coverage on the top of the screen. He decides to throw a go route. The out route happened to be open. Not a bad decision pre-snap when you have someone in press man. You like your options. That's totally fine. But it's the ability to kind of process information post snap, like after the ball is snapped, and to change the mind and change the read if you need to, and take what the defense gives you. The defense gave you that out route as opposed to taking the deep shot. So here's just a quick example of what I'm talking about. Again, not necessarily a bad decision, but just the ability to take what the defense gives you. I think this is a good example of the decision-making aspect that they talked about in the article we referenced. So I'm going to kind of pause it in a second. So right when he's throwing it, right, you got good coverage here, and he can see the out route coming open. It's cover one, man defense. I don't know what the safety is really doing. He should be way up top. But this should be where the ball goes. His predetermined read was to throw the deep ball. Again, not a bad decision, but you would like to see him take this out route for a first down. Open receiver, covered receiver. Just an easier throw. Again, Bo Nix is truly one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. He has all the talent in the world. He has all he needs to take the next step as a quarterback and grow and be one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC this year. If we just clean up some of those plays and stop pressing and just take what the defense gives you, as we saw in the beginning of the video. Again, I'll link that article below so you can check it out. Inside the Auburn Tigers, I believe that is the... Yes, Inside the Auburn Tigers website. I'll link that below so you can check it out. Again, if you like this video, please consider subscribing, like it, comment, all that fancy YouTube stuff, and we'll be interacting. We'll try to get better each and every time we put out a video. We'll see you next time.